Hi, it's me, the autistic Gen X software developer with anxiety and depression. But some call me Tim. And today I would like to discuss being the entertainment director for our family. I have always been the entertainment director in a sense of I always knew, what movies were coming out and what new games were coming out. And just entertainment in general, like these are some cool shows to watch and things. And, back in the day, like back in the olden days when we saw black and white TV, we went to Blockbuster and we rented videos. And I always knew what the videos were. I would get magazines and stuff and I would research. I loved movies and talk to people about movies and hear about movies and, just that whole thing. And then it's died now. I'm no longer the entertainment director. I can't really entertain anybody because I say, hey, you should watch this thing. And it's like, no, I have 20 other things in my queue. And I get to watch Netflix and Max and Apple TV and Prime and Hulu. And right, and Paramount Plus and Disney Plus and oh my goodness. And there's so many shows that I just can't do my job anymore. I can't entertain. I tell people you should watch this. As a matter of fact, I like so many bad movies and I've suggested so many bad movies to people in the past that it's almost like a death sentence. If I mention a show to my friend's wife, then it's like, well, we're never watching that. I remember I mentioned this movie. What was it called? Anyway, it was a good date night movie, and it was like, hey, I mentioned to my friend you should watch this, and he was like, yeah, okay, never watching that. And then 2 years later, he put in a Discord. He's like, hey, I just watched this movie. It's a great date night movie. I'm like, I told you that 2 years ago, and he just looked at me like, whatever, because they don't listen to me anymore. Rightfully so. I mean, I have suggested some bad movies in the past. I think I've burned everybody that I used to entertain with a movie where they just said, okay, that's it. I'm never watching another movie this guy recommends, even though I recommend great movies sometimes. And I know I can't tell the difference because bad movies that I love, not everybody else loves. But if you don't watch bad movies, you don't know what a good movie is, right? If you only watch great movies, then you're going to get really picky. If you go and you watch a terrible movie at some time, it's like, oh, okay, I forgot what a bad movie could actually be like with bad lighting, costumes, dialogue, acting, story, you name it, right? Music, it's just bad. It could remind you that, maybe movies are better. Maybe movies are better. Movies can be better. Good movies seem even better, is what I'm trying to say. So, with that, I would like to talk about some of my favorite movies, my comfort picks, that I watch all the time. And we're going to start with Clue. I saw Clue in the theater. I'm aging myself, but that's all right. I'm in my 50s. Not ashamed to say it, although I can feel it. I wish I didn't feel it. Clue, great movie. I've seen it dozens of times, literally dozens of times. And the cool thing about it was that when you went and saw it in the theater, it had 3 different endings, and you didn't know which ending you were going to get. But there's one good ending. And if you watch it now, you get all 3 endings, and the first 2 are like, yeah, they're all right. And the third one is, the real, what I would say is the real ending. And well, that was the ending I got. So when I saw the other 2, I was disappointed. I was like, man, I got the really good ending. The Knives Out series, the 3rd one is coming out. I saw in a month or 2. It's actually going into the theater first. I may have to go to the theater to see it. Knives Out. I hate that they call it Knives Out trilogy. It shouldn't be. Knives Out was the first movie. It should be Benoit Blanc. and the Knives Out, or the case of the Glass Onion, or, whatever. But such is life. But those are great. Those are the best detective movies I've ever seen. You think you know what's happening, and you don't. It's like you're trying to figure out an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and you're digging into it, and you pretty much can get there nowadays. But not with Knives Out. So this will be a thing. The third time's the charm. Does he just make a movie, or does he know what we expect? And then is he going to subvert our expectations? And then does he know that we expect him to subvert our expectations? So he's going to do it double? I don't know. I'm excited to find out. As far as time travel movies go, I love a good time travel movie. There are many time travel movies. I don't know how to speak. Obviously, Back to the Future is, the classic, and Terminator, and, those are great. But I like Happy Death Day. That's my kind of movie. And there's one called Time Lapse, which is about a camera. That one is amazing. But of course, the best is Primer. If you haven't seen Primer, well, I don't know if you'll like it. You literally have to watch it twice. You have to watch the movie, and then the next day watch it again. And you'll swear, if you actually sit and pay attention to the movie, if you don't browse your phone and shit, you watch it intently. Tomorrow you'll watch it again, and you'll swear you're watching a different movie. It's so great. I love it so much. Action movies. John Wick is my absolute favorite. There is no better action movie as far as I can tell. I love it so much. I've seen it a dozen times, easily a dozen times, and I can't wait for the next one. And I like them all, but the original, I just feel like stands alone as, just unbelievable. As far as nerds go, Ready Player One, I love the book. I read it quickly. I could not put the book down, and I love the movie, even though they kind of diverge a bit. I don't care. As far as B movies go, well, I love a lot of them. Halloween's coming up, so I can't talk about Halloween without talking about Trick or Treat. And this is Trick R''Treat with the little pumpkin dude. There's another one called Trick or Treat. They're not the same. The Trick or Treat one is a cult classic, and I try and watch it every year. But this year I won't, because it's been replaced by Late Night with the Devil, which is now the movie to watch on Halloween. Like, there's no better movie. It is the Halloween movie. And as far as horror goes, I love horror. Oh, wait, go back to B movies. Yes. I don't think Late Night with the Devil is a B movie. It's just an independent movie. Deathgasm, great movie. Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, it's the best. The Room, never gets old. Never gets old. And, one just popped into my head and then I lost it. It was here and now it's gone. I don't know, maybe it'll pop into my head later. But horror, I love horror movies too. Best horror movies in my opinion. Haunt. Haunt is one of my favorites. The Conjuring, great movie. But, all the Saw movies, there's a lot of good ones. But the absolute best horror movie ever is Sinister. It was so good. It blew me away. And I think that movie got a bad rap because, it came out at the same time as, you had The Ring and The Grudge and Insidious and Sinister. And they all sound like the same kind of movie, but Sinister isn't what those other ones are. It's different. And Let Me In. Let the Right One In? I forget. I think it's Let the Right One In. Whichever one is the Swedish film. So if they have actors' names that you can't pronounce if you're American, that's the one. That is, so good. And hold on. Yeah. As far as other movies go, The Way Back, absolute favorite. For rom-coms, I got to go with Forget Paris would be my favorite. And then Midnight in Paris is also good, but it's a totally different one. And I'm just going off on I could talk about movies forever. I love movies. I love TV shows. I love everything. We're going to have to do a part 2, 3, 4, and I don't know however many of these we're going to have to do. But for now, I think we're good because we're over 10 minutes. I think just probably enough for anybody. So, peace.